Welcome back. The South Dakota women's basketball team is off to a 3-0 start in Summit League play for the first time in program history. Highlighted thus far by a dominating 82-58 road win last Thursday over last year's defending league champs Western Illinois. For more on the Coyote women and their hot start, here's Jay Elsen with head coach Dawn Plitzuweit in Vermilion.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Well, Dawn, coming off that 5-game homestand, included your conference opener, all of a sudden you're faced with this very difficult road task, and I know that was something that you were stressed out a little bit, going to Fargo and then Macomb within a couple of days.
It is a very challenging trip. We talked about 2 teams in the conference had that privilege, and we were one of them. And we play 3 games in 7 days to start the conference, and certainly a great opportunity for us to see how tough we really are, and I thought our young ladies passed that test really well.
All right, let's get into the matchups. First, in Fargo, defense sparks the offense early on. You get 18 of your first 27 points off Bison turnovers.
Well, throughout the course of the entire game, our goal was really to attack early. And it's easier to attack early when you're doing it off of turnovers because it gives you some great opportunities to get out and really run. And that was important for us. And we didn't necessarily do a great job in a half court. If we didn't turn them over, they scored pretty efficiently because they're really good offensively. But when we did turn them over, we were able to get out and score. I think during the game we scored maybe 36 or 37 points off of turnovers.
From there, it was on to Macomb for a date with the defending Summit League champs. Western Illinois came into this game, Dawn, averaging 80 points per game. You hold them to 58. So what are some of the keys with that?
Well, I thought our young ladies really had an understanding in this game of how important it was to take away arc shots from certain kids, how important it was to get back in transition. Last year, when we played them twice, they really beat us in transition, and this time we did a much better job in conversion defense and keeping them away from the free throw line and understanding who their arc shooters were and really trying to get out to those kids early. Now, that's an awful lot to ask on one day to prep for the team that's picked to win the league, and certainly I thought our kids were really locked in and did a great job of learning, understanding, and then carrying it out.
To me, it really felt like you beat them at their own game. You turned them over, you hit a bunch of threes. Is that oversimplifying it, or is that pretty much it?
Well, it ended up being that way. It really did. I think Western Illinois is a tough team to turn over. They're very, very good with basketball, but we were fortunate enough to do that. We did hit a lot of threes. I think we shot more threes than any team I've ever coached in my entire coaching career. We shot 38 in the game, but we made 15 of them. So we scored efficiently from the arc. That wasn't necessarily the game plan going in. It was keeping them away from getting back in transition, keeping them away from the free throw line, getting out to their shooters. But it ended up as a very simple way. Yes, we beat them at their game in some respects. We went with a smaller lineup, and that smaller lineup was really challenging for Western to defend, and we really got hot and made some shots, and that certainly helps. If you go small, they're a team, Western Illinois is a team unusual in women's basketball that they have a shot blocker, and that shot blocker in their zone sits at the rim, and Olivia Braun, and she just does a fantastic job. Last year we tried to score against her, and she blocked a lot of our shots. This year we said we're going to try to stay away from her a little bit and try to get some different type of looks, and that really helped us offensively.
Well, with that win, you go to 3-0 in the conference. One Summit League matchup on the docket for you this week. Fort Wayne comes here on Saturday. Thoughts on the matchup with the Dons?
Well, Fort Wayne is a team that has really changed their offensive style a little bit. Last year they really ran a lot of ball screens and tried to get to the rim, and probably the best interior passing team that I've watched. This year they're trying to accomplish the same thing in terms of get to the rim and pass to each other, but they've moved their offense a little bit, spaced the floor, run it a little bit higher. But a team, again, that shares the ball well and shoots the ball from the arc. But we talk about that all the time, I think, with Summit League teams. Another team that shoots it extremely well. Another team we're going to have to get out to shooters early in the game and stay that way for the entire 40 minutes.
All right, congrats on a great week. Good luck to you this week, and we'll catch up again in a few days.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thanks, Dawn. Kelly, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Jay. In addition to the team's success, sophomore guard Kira Duffy earned her 2nd consecutive Player of the Week honor this week in the Summit League and was also named to the weekly NCAA Women's Basketball Starting 5, highlighting the top most impressive performers in the nation for the week. Well, coming up next, David Brown joins me in studio to get us up to speed on NSIC hoops. Stay right here.